It's UB Football Insider from Ford Field in Detroit. And much like every team in the Mid-American Conference, we're going to focus on Bulls quarterback Tyree Jackson. We'll tell you about his national recognition. We'll tell you about an amazing summer spent with some of the greatest quarterbacks in football history. And we'll spend a day in the life of the junior QB. It is UB Football Insider from Ford Field in Detroit, and we kick it off right now.
Khalil Hodge grabs him and throws him backward.
You can't stop Anthony Johnson.
Second down and 11. Tyree to throw again. Quarterback draw up the middle to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. Tyree faked the handoff, back in the pocket, looking, throws it up, deep downfield, got a wide open receiver, it's caught! Tyree looking to the left, pump fake, throws the ball to left side, wide open, caught! First down for the Bulls. Tyree gonna throw it in the end zone for Johnson again, bullseye! It's a Buffalo touchdown!
Tyree Jackson. Can't tell you how excited we are. We appreciate everything that you've been able to hold off, and you found a great fit, and we couldn't be more excited about what you're going to be doing here, okay?
Have a great day. It's a great day to be a Bull.
All right, love to hear it. Great day to be a Bull.
From before Tyree Jackson came to Buffalo, we've had our eye on him. And if this guy comes here, I think this could be a program-changing player.
I know that come game time, I know Tyree's ready to play.
He is such a unique player to this program, to this conference. For my money, he's one of the most intriguing athletes in our city.
If I had one phrase to describe Tyree, it would be freak of nature.
He's gonna make some throws that'll make you go, oh my.
Tyree drops back in the pocket, looks gonna hang it up. Deep down the near sideline, looking for Johnson, got it!
And also has a cannon of an arm, you know, probably one of the best arms in the MAC, and his legs are just a plus.
I've never played with no quarterback that size and that much of ability to be able to do that.
Quarterback draw, Tyree gonna have the first down, running up the middle, breaks a tackle at the 35 at the 40. There he goes, 40-yard line, 30-yard line, running out of gas at the 20, at the 10, at the 5. Bullseye! It's a Tyree Jackson 75-yard touchdown!
I always say, go someplace where it's fun to watch the game. Who makes the game fun? He makes the game fun. He can run away from people. He can out-throw you. He can put balls in places that other quarterbacks wouldn't even try. And he can avoid people in the pocket and scramble and get first downs. And if you give him a gash to run it, he can outrun you.
It's a Tyree Jackson touchdown!
You know, whether he hits 6'7", 6'6 plus, he's 240-some pounds. But the thing about Tyree Jackson is you watch him play the game, you're gonna see the size, you're gonna see the arm strength, you're gonna see his speed when he runs. But the thing that people don't understand is how smart Tyree Jackson is.
I played a lot of sports growing up. I was always busy. I went from football to basketball, and then I do track. I was always busy doing something throughout the school year. The size didn't come till late though. I wasn't always this big. My freshman year in high school, I was 5'9", so I hit like 6'1" the next year, and then all of a sudden my senior year, I just jumped to 6'5". So I grew like 3 inches one summer, and it was just crazy.
When I was at Minnesota, we actually watched Tyree Jackson on tape. They had a receiver or somebody else, can't remember exactly, who we were also looking at. So obviously it was quarterback and the receiver. I forgot it was a receiver. I think he ended up going to a Power 5 and seeing him. So I still remember that going, that's a big, long kid. But they ran the ball more. If I remember, he was more, they were multiple, but more option-ish type stuff. So it's like big kid running, kind of a long release.
I'm from Muskegon, Michigan. It's a small town on the west side of Michigan. I chose to go to Mona Shores, which is kind of on my side of town. So, I mean, they'd never been to the playoffs, didn't have any history in football. My freshman year, we went 1-8. By my junior year, we were the first team to make playoffs, and then my senior year, we went to the state championship, which is the first time ever.
Tyree Jackson was committed to UB football program, you know, upon our appointment here as a football staff. But at the same time, it took a lot of work on our part to make sure that Tyree understood that everything that was going to be here at this university, football and academically, we're going to still stay the same.
The old coaching staff that came and watched me work out a few times at my high school, and some bigger schools started offering and talking to me, and I just kind of stayed true to UB. And then when Coach Lipo got here, he called me right away. I just knew that it was the right fit to play for him because I really liked him a lot.
Very impressed with our first day. I'm happy with the attitude. I think they've reported in excellent shape. Love the energy, and now we just have to build upon it.
I just learned a lot from Joe Licata last year and just growing physically throughout the summer and the winter. So I'm just continuing to grow and develop as a player, and it's working.
Redshirt freshman from Norton Shores, Michigan, is out to take his very first snap. Jackson in the pocket, looks, fires to the sidelines, it's caught. Holsey at the 45, down to the 43 for a 7-yard gain, and Tyree Jackson's 1 for 1.
I think just that Army game was probably one of the best moments so far, just coming back and winning.
Tyree gonna throw it quick to the sidelines to Marcus McGill at the 35, at the 40, at the 45, at the 50. Jackson, fade, end zone, corner, diving catch, attempt, touchdown!
Record-wise, I mean, of course we didn't do well. We were 2-10, but I mean, learning-wise, I felt like being out there, just being in the fire, I learned a lot.
For him to come in as a redshirt freshman and lead us the way he did, you know, that's why this win feels so great, because the future is in really good hands with Tyree.
This UB Bulls team, I want to say it begins and ends with the progress of Tyree Jackson, but my God, is that the guy I'm looking to see? We saw flashes of what we think he can be last year. What sort of leap did he make in the offseason? That is such a key to this entire football season.
He throws good deep balls. I like how he just leads me to the ball.
1st and 10 for the Bulls. Tyree hangs it up, fade, end zone, caught, touchdown!
You know, he got off to a good start. He was showing all the flashes of what we thought Tyree Jackson could be, including his running ability early in the season. Unfortunately, in the Florida Atlantic game, he was injured.
54 seconds to go in the half. Bulls down by 3. Quarterback draw. Tyree gonna run again, and he gets bent over backwards and drilled. And boy, I hope he gets up from that one.
I remember when he went down, you know, how he was in tears. Just praying that it wasn't nothing too serious, that it wasn't an ACL.
You know, in high school, you know, he went through a procedure, had surgery last year, late in the year. I think the first thing is, of course, you know, here we go again type of thing, but I think he's in a lot better frame of mind than he was at halftime on Saturday. I think once Tyree knew that he was going to return during the season, I think the time he spent on the sideline, still working with Jim Zabrowski, position coach, and seeing things, enabled him to process things a little bit differently.
We have been given late word that T3 will be QB1 once again.
T3, the return.
Yeah, Tyree Jackson is back.
I mean, when you're hurt, you got a lot of time to yourself. You know, I watched a lot of film. I watched the NFL quarterbacks. I watched our games. I watched past this last year. I watched a lot of stuff, you know, so just working on my craft and just staying locked in, you know, because it's easy to get distracted when you're not out there.
Tyree looking to the left, pump fake, throws the ball to the left side, wide open, caught.
I feel like when he came back, I mean, he got better. You know, he really took over this team and really helped us go on that 3-game winning streak, stretched down towards the end of the season.
Tyree fires, wide open, Jacob Martinez, 40, 35, 30-yard line. Tyree in the pocket, now he rolls out to the left, sets up, throws downfield, wide open.
Tyree Jackson, every week, continues to get better and better and better.
Honestly, when I look at him, I kind of like compare him to Cam Newton in a way. Like, he has the size. I've heard Cam Newton throws hard balls, Tyree throws hard balls.
I'd probably model my game after Cam Newton. I like him a lot. He's big like me. He can run and throw, so that'd probably be my favorite quarterback to model my game after.
He definitely wants to go on to the next level, and he has a talent to go on to the next level. Like I said, his mindset isn't at a college level anymore. He's working to get ready to go to the NFL.
Tyree has really grown as a leader. I think, you know, leading in the huddle is something that's been very natural for him. He has now started to understand is not just making Tyree Jackson the best quarterback he can be, I got to make the other guys around me better each and every day, and that might be just doing the little things correctly.
If you're not willing to hold people accountable to high standards and producing results, you're not going to have a championship culture. Jeff Jensen, hey, Bulls up 2, 1-2. Bulls.
Coming up, we spent a day in the life with Bulls star quarterback Tyree Jackson. UB Football Insider returns right after this.
Welcome back to UB Football Insider. This segment is presented by CEFQ, changing lives every day.
Welcome back to UB Football Insider with Lance Leipold from here at Ford Field in Detroit. This amazing offseason for Tyree Jackson got even better earlier this summer when he was one of just 2 MAC quarterbacks invited to be a counselor at the Manning Passing Academy down in Louisiana. Hanging out with the first family of NFL quarterbacking certainly had to be an incredible thrill for Tyree Jackson. That was a couple of really cool days in his life, but even when he's back in Buffalo, it's fun to spend the day with number 3.
Hey, good morning. Tyree Jackson, quarterback for Buffalo Bulls. It's about 6:55. We're gonna go head to workouts at 7:30 and get our day started. It's like 70 today. We saying grinder, and all of us should just ride together and drive over there to the workouts. Get a good workout this morning, and then we're gonna head to C3 to get some breakfast. Then after breakfast, I have class. So I'm gonna go get ready for workouts, and I'll see you guys in a second. They killed me, bro. Hey, good day, good day. Hey, Bulls on 2, 1-2. Bulls. That's my guy right here, you feel me? About to get all the meat and some mixed veggie. Gotta get the pancakes. Best football I seen? Tom Brady. It's gotta be. Who's better than Tom Brady?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with beast mode, bro.
Marshawn?
Yeah. Bro, Marshawn is a beast, bro.
All right, I'm about to take a shower, get ready for class, do some last minute studying before class, so see you then. This is don't want, and this is should not. It's like you go from here to there. And this is like don't. Can I get nachos, please? And then can I do, rice and pinto beans. Just got my lunch. About to head to the stadium for some meetings. Get football side going.
I'm like, let's break this sucker down. The follow is gonna have, this is a true old school follow concept. All right, so you're thinking follow. Here, T likes to follow, take it, great. If he doesn't hit the follow is gonna be gone fast enough where you should get the dig then. Same play as before. And this is one where right now you're good. Slight pull, bang, and now just let it go.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pull, but you're worried about if you get a better right foot back, you'll get good, you'll time up perfectly. Why do you think why does Ty not throw it? Say it, Tom. Buzz play. Yeah, the will linebacker, the buzz player.
Hey, it's practice time.
Atta, baby, get out!
There we go. Over here.
Finish! Keep going, let's go. Why you gotta reset it every time? If I catch it here, it just never stops here. So it never goes, you wanna always catch it. You catch it, bring it here, and then throw it. Wherever you catch it, it's just a constant, it's just gone.
practice at like 5:30. You got a shower and go to the training room. So by then I got class at 7. So I just come here because my class is right there. It's easier. If I go to C3, I'll probably end up late. It's 9:40. Just got out of class. About to go head back to Griner, get some sleep. Thank you for following me around today. This is Tyree Jackson, quarterback for Buffalo, and it's a day in the life.
Coming up, Coach Leipold previews the Bulls' home opener versus Delaware State. UB Football Insider continues in a moment.
Welcome back to UB Football Insider. This segment is presented by Town BMW, the official auto partner of UB Athletics.
Well, Coach, let's start off by talking about your quarterback. It's been a very interesting offseason for Tyree Jackson. From his elevation as one of the star players in the league, to being a part of the Manning Passing Academy, to being mentioned on almost every pro prospect next wave of quarterback list. How have you helped him deal with all that?
I think, Tyree, first of all, has handled it very well himself. But I think within the program, it's just stay the course every day. The same is that we know what we expect from him. He knows it's put it on him to be the leader of our football team, and I think he's handled those expectations very well.
He said something very interesting to us that he learned from talking, I think, to some of the Mannings at the Manning Passing Academy, which is you're always a quarterback in everything you do. Explain to everybody what you think that means.
Well, it's almost like when we talk to our players, the logo never comes off. Everyone knows that you're on the football team 99% of the time. So same thing is, and if you're on the football team and you're the quarterback, everyone knows that you're the quarterback. So whether it be in class or out in public, at a restaurant, wherever it may be, you're always the leader of the football team, and you have to act accordingly.
All right, let's talk about him on the field. What are the next steps that you want to see him take from that amazing stretch at the end of last season when he comes back and averages 340 yards passing? What's the next graduate level for Tyree Jackson?
Well, I think he's worked a lot on some of those timing passes and things with each and every receiver. I think he's really worked on kind of that nonverbal communication to be on the same page of all our receivers, and I think that's the next step that he does within the offense. Continue to be a great leader, take command of what we're doing, and be that extra coach on the field that we need.
Is one of the big challenges for him this year not only reacting to what defenses are doing to him, but also how defenses are going to cover, particularly an Anthony Johnson, who will not be anyone's surprise this year?
Yeah, I think so. I think as a staff, and then again, the extension of the coaching staff, your quarterback, is that when teams are going to make adjustments, whether it be an Anthony Johnson or any of our players, is that he's able to come back and verbalize what he's seeing, what's going to be the adjustment, making great decisions, not to have a bad play, and maybe check into something else or hand the ball off in an RPO scheme, all those type of things, and I know he's ready to do that.
As a coach, how much better does it make you feel going into every game, including the one against Delaware State on Saturday, when you feel like you not only may have the best quarterback on the field every week, but you have a guy that knows exactly an extension of what you're thinking?
Anytime you have an experienced quarterback, Paul, it gives you a little bit better feeling of where you're heading into this. Where we talked 2 years ago, even heading into last year, a little bit of the unknowns of our team, but to have someone with as many snaps and the production that he gave us late in the year, it's a good feeling. But more importantly, we've got to take the next step as we kick it off Saturday.
All right, Saturday at 6 o'clock here at UB Stadium against Delaware State, an FCS team that struggled last year that has a completely brand new coaching staff. What's the challenge in trying to figure out what they want to do and what they're going to try to do to you?
Well, that's $1 million question sometimes when they bring in a new staff, especially when they bring in people from different levels of football, whether it be high school, Division II, it could be some different things. And that's the unknown that we have to make sure we get a read on early in the game. Though they have a new staff, they have a lot of returning players. And that's a credit to that coaching staff to keep a lot of players there that still believe in and give themselves new energy to come in. And we're going to have to kind of match that energy to start the game.
Some good athletes, particularly at the running back, particularly in the secondary. Are those a couple of the things that have jumped out at you about the Hornets?
Yes, good team speed, great quickness, things like that. We've got to be able to match up. So when you talk about secondary, that's going to match up against our good receiver core. When you talk about in the backfield, first game, you talk about your live situations. We're going to have to tackle well early in the game and make sure that we get a lot of people, get a lot of hats around the ball.
All right, it's Saturday at 6 o'clock. This highly anticipated season gets started for the Bulls against the Delaware State Hornets right here at UB Stadium. Coach, good luck, not only on the season, but on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, we take a look at the progress being made on the Murchie Family Fieldhouse. That's next on UB Football Insider.
This is UB Football Insider, presented by ECMC, the difference between healthcare and true care.
Welcome back to UB Football Insider from here at Ford Field in Detroit. When you come to the game on Saturday, the season opener against Delaware State at UB Stadium, of course you'll notice the talent on the field, but you'll also notice lots of things happening just beyond the scoreboard. Work on the Murchie Family Fieldhouse has progressed well over the summer and has taken shape. The building footprint is over 92,000 square feet and over 4 million cubic feet of indoor space. It will include a synthetic turf, full-length football field, a sprinting track with long jump and pole vault pits, and 4 motorized, suspended softball hitting tunnels. For more information and a live look at the Fieldhouse construction, visit ubbulls.com/fieldhouse. Well, it is time for football. The most anticipated season in UB Bulls history kicks off on Saturday, 6 o'clock against Delaware State at UB Stadium. Keith James takes the stage in Stampede Square at 4. Should be a great day to get this great season underway. We will see you at UB Stadium. Thanks for joining us on UB Football Insider with Lance Leipold.